All right, everybody, you clicked this video because you need to make a garden bed, and everything that you've either looked to buy or you look to make yourself ends up being a little more expensive than you'd like. If you're looking for super fancy, super nice looking, you might be on the wrong video. But if you're looking for something that's cost efficient and still effective to do the job it's supposed to do, then stay along and I'll show you guys how we're gonna make these garden beds. So I don't wanna really waste your time and get into a whole big story, but this is our first time gardening, and what I'm gonna do is make these garden beds real quick for you guys, show you guys what we're gonna do. We're prepping our garden right now. We need these garden beds to be made so we can start getting the plants outside, because it is super sunny right now and the weather is starting to turn. Yeah, we live in Michigan. That place right there that looks like the mitten, it gets cold here, but finally it is starting to change, so we need to get that done as soon as possible. So we'll want to go over the things that you're going to need for it. Let's just go through them real quick. You're going to need boards. These are 2x10 boards. They are 8 feet long. We're going to be making 3 beds, so I have 6 of them. For these garden beds, they're going to be 2 feet wide by 6 feet long. So really all you're going to need if you want to make your own beds like that, all you need is 2 of these boards for 1 bed. But I have 6 of them because we're going to be making 3 beds. The next piece of equipment you're going to need a 2x3. And this is what actually I have, but you could have got away if you can find like a 2x2. I kind of wish I would have done that instead, but we're gonna be using 2x3. You're gonna need a saw of some kind of sorts to cut the boards. Circular saw works really good for these kind of projects because it cuts it nice and straight. Any kind of saw that you have that's gonna do the cut will do the job. And you're gonna need stuff to screw them together. Some people will use a power nailer. We're gonna be using screws to get these boards together. The reason we chose to do that is so that we can unscrew them and use these boards for other projects in the future if we wanna try to change up what we're doing with the garden beds. Last, we have some linseed oil, and this is because the pieces of wood that you're gonna buy, make sure that they aren't treated. Some people use treated, but it has chemicals in it, so it's not as good for your gardening. If you can get untreated wood and then try to put a sealer on it of linseed oil. Linseed oil is a great sealer. It's a natural one. It'll help protect the wood, make it last longer without using the chemicals that's gonna ruin the food that you're eating. So linseed oil. All right, and that's everything you need. Not very much, my kind of project. Let's stop wasting your time now and let's start getting these built. Since these boards are 8 feet long and we're gonna do a 2x6, all we gotta do is measure out, make sure it's an 8-foot board, and then I'm gonna measure out 2 feet, do the cuts on each single one, and that'll be your 2 feet width and your 6 feet long by just cutting 2 feet off of each of these boards. So I'm gonna measure, and then we'll start cutting.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast.
All right, so the next thing we gotta do for these 2x3s, we're just gonna cut this for the same height. So basically about 10 inches. I'll probably do about 9 inches just so that I don't do anything extra sticking out of it. So just gonna cut these into 9-inch little slots and you'll see.
Broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic.
All right, all the measurements are done. Let's get cut.
I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
When you're done cutting with the wood, this is what you should have. You should have 2 of your 2x10s cut in 6 foot long. Here's my 2x10 that's 2 foot long, 2 of those, 2 of those. And then I have 4 of those 2x3s cut about 9 inches. So now you have all your boards that you need to cut. Now it's time to screw them together. So you're gonna wanna do that in the place of where you're gonna put the beds. So here, and you can see my chickens, we dug up 2x6 little trenches here in each spot. So I'm just gonna show you guys in one of the spots and start putting one together. Make sure that you pre-drill the holes so that you don't split your wood also. So I'm gonna screw the box in together and I'm gonna put those support 9-inch cuts in each corner afterward. You can see I have the whole frame now done. So what I'm gonna do is use those 9-inch cuts that I did by the 2x3s, put them inside here on the corner just for extra support, just so it doesn't go loose or breaking or anything like that, just because of that extra support. I have the braces in now for each corner, so the main thing that we got to do now is get that linseed oil just so that it has a nice protectant on it. And like I said, this isn't really used with chemicals. This is a natural base using flaxseed, so that will help seal our wood, make it more protected and get it to last longer. Because like I said before, you don't want to use treated wood for your garden because you don't want chemicals getting into the food that you're going to be producing and eating. So let's get this on. The one thing I would say, put the linseed oil on first before you do your cuts and put it down here so that it's already pre-done. It'd make it a lot easier for you, so make sure that if that's something that you're looking for, I would have done that before putting it on afterwards, after doing all the cuts and putting it together. And there you guys have it. That's all it took. As you can see, not a lot of tools, not a lot of effort, and I can get this done probably in about 20 minutes if it wasn't for having to film the video, so that took me a little extra time. But if you want something done cheap, effective, and you want it to be done where you can get a garden growing, this is the way to do it. Especially with how inflation's been and all the prices going, I believe this is probably one of your cheapest options you have. So if you guys like the video, please remember to subscribe. And I'm thinking in the next video, you guys are going to be seeing us filling this bed. So if you're curious of what to fill the bed with and how to do that, follow along with our journey. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are getting ready to get planning, and remember, make the best out of your guys' day. We'll see you in the next vlog.